Now we're going to take a look at a very basic option from the X guard. When your opponent breaks that grip and you really don't have anything, you have entered into the X guard underneath them, but without grips on the collar or the sleeve, you're limited in options. Let's take a look at one of the best options that you have left. So I started off with some grips. I started off in that power place. I made some thinking space. I entered to the front of the class just the way that I wanted to. I wanted to pass to here. Maybe you're trying to do that, that basic sweep that I showed you in the last video, or he rips this up, right? He breaks it here. Either way, in the grips, I don't have anything up there. Trying to reach up here is a futile attempt because all he has to do is go about further than that, and I won't be able to get it, right? So, number one, always number one, is stretch them out and challenge their base. That's what we need to do to keep ourselves ahead of the game, all right? Now that I've stretched him out, it's very important that I drop this foot all the way to the floor. Turn just a little bit, please. I'm going to drop it all the way to the floor. When I drop it to the floor, it's much different to the bottom of the calf. I get a lot of students that see me teach this and they think that this is good enough. It is not. If I come here and he puts his hand on my ankle and stuffs it, he will be able to create some space. Back up. If I stretch him out to the max and it's on the floor, my foot's on the floor, he can't stuff it to the floor and make an inch or two of space. The longer you grapple, the more you're going to realize that an inch or two can be the difference between success and failure. Now that I've got him blocked off and chalked right there, this knee that's underneath, the setup leg for the X guard, I'm going to turn my knee towards the floor. If you want, you can pull a little bit with your elbow back towards the floor as well, and I'm going to sit him down. When he sits down, you have a couple of options. I like to kick my leg straight and hop over here, all right? A lot of my students find that very easy. I find it medium percentage. It'll be high percentage to knock them down, but that roll up, medium percentage. Same position, right? A little bit of thinking space. I enter with that knee at an angle, and I stretch. He makes that grip. I re-stretch him. I drop that leg, I drop him, kick that leg up and over, and I end in that dominant position. A little bit of thinking space. Foot underneath the knee. You like how I push with my foot and pull with my other foot. So I'm creating a little bit of a turning motion. That's what I want, so that way he's not prepared for me to turn under here, lead, and go to the front of the class. Control, he breaks that grip. Number one step, stretch, right? Never can go wrong with too much stretching. Foot all the way to the floor, just slide it down his leg. Don't disengage. Ride the top of that foot all the way down the calf. Turn that knee towards the floor, and when he falls, my leg's going to shoot out over top, and I roll up nice and tight. I like to hold on to that leg. Control, push, pull. Underneath, scoop to the front of the class. Stretch, he breaks that grip. Stretch again, right? Never too much stretch. Ride that foot to the floor. I dump. Legs over, and reverse sit. Very easy transition, especially for the white belts and blue belts. Let's look at what I do a lot of times, a little bit higher percentage. Control, space, push, pull, underneath, whoop-ah, to the front of the class, right? Control, stretch, he breaks, drop, and I drop him here. What I like to do is leave this leg in for a little bit until I can get here. Now you notice both hands are out. Don't lead with this hand over. You're going to find yourself in trouble. From here, I like to bring my other hand all the way under. I control both sides of the belt. Now, some people like to go this way. I don't. I like to kick both legs straight and come underneath this way. Control, thinking space. Behind the knee, dip, underneath. To the front of the class, I stretch, foot to the floor, I dump it. Now, from here, I like to sit up and I like to bring this hand under. You can see I'm lifting a little bit right here. Both hands come to the belt. Now, I'm going to kick this leg straight. I'm going to scoop my body underneath. When I come under, it's important that I turn my whole body. Make sure you maintain control of that belt and you're pulling. They're probably going to try and go to their knees. When you do, jump on their back. You're not going to get your hooks in, but you'll get turtle.